This is Joshua Hart here, 4 seconds out. Delighted to be joined by Chris Billam-Smith here in his hometown of Bournemouth. Chris, good to see you, and how's life?
Yeah, well, good, mate. It's nice to be here, and as a fan, I was here for Ryan's last fight here. Love experiencing the atmosphere from a fan's point of view, and I know it's only going to get louder. Taylor there boxed really well and got a really the fans turned out for him. I think this next lad as well has brought 500 or so from Slough, so it's great to experience the atmosphere from a fan's point of view, having done it the other side as well.
Well, it is, obviously I'm sure you are enjoying it, just being here as a fan and not having to get in the ring. Does it give you itchy knuckles a little bit as well and give you that little itch to get back in the ring?
Yeah, absolutely. I've had a good break, and I'm buzzing to get back in the ring as soon as possible. But yeah, definitely, especially just being in this venue. This venue's a special venue to me. It's given me so much through my career, and the fans, some very entertaining fights. So yeah, I love it.
I know we did speak a few days after your win over Brandon Glanton, but in that time, have you had any conversations as to what could be next for yourself?
No, nothing yet. I think the champions are all tied up by the looks of things. From what I hear, Opatara and Zerdo are sort of looking towards the end of the year. But I'm going to be ready. You never know. One of them might pull out and they might need a replacement. So I need to be ready for that opportunity, and that's the plan for me. Just be ready for any big opportunities that come, or I might have to wait it out. I might get a decent shot. I want a meaningful fight. I don't want a tick-over fight or anything like that. I need something that's going to really get me up for it. And big fights only.
Are there any names outside of those world champions that take your fancy in a fight that you could get up for?
Always get fight. I mean, Kovalev's flying around now, which is a bit mental, but he's a great name. Stylistically, it'd be a difficult fight for me because he's a mover. If you look at the Masterneck fight, he's not too dissimilar from that. Struggled a little with Masterneck, so I'd like to go in there and prove myself against someone with that style. But there's not many fights, to be honest with you. I want the titles again. I hate being a former world champion. It breaks me. So yeah, I'm very motivated to get back to world champion.
Obviously, we know that we are still awaiting broadcast news from BOXXER. What is the latest, if you can say anything, what is the latest that you've heard? Have you heard anything about what's going on with BOXXER's future?
No, I haven't. I don't know. I mean, my last 2 fights haven't even been with BOXXER, even though I'm with them. They've been on, obviously, the Golden Boy show in Saudi against Zerdo, and then the ring show at the Eubank Bend. So I haven't really concerned myself too much with it because I can box on other shows with their blessing. So yeah, well, I have no idea what's going on. I've just been enjoying family time.
So just ask you last one on this topic here. But are you under a contract with BOXXER or?
Yeah, I'm still in contract with them.
Okay, cool, fair enough. I just want to pick your brains on a few of these big fights that we've seen recently as well. We saw Usyk versus Dubois too last week. Obviously, Daniel Dubois, former stablemate of yours, but Oleksandr Usyk just showing his greatness once again. What was your thoughts on the fight? Yeah,
I think you've got to be a really special fighter to give Usyk trouble. You've got to have a lot of advantages over him, which, if you look at Fury's a fairly intelligent fighter, but also has an immense amount of size, and he still couldn't do anything. Daniel's a very, very big puncher, can punch, put his shots together well, but you need to be a bit more of a thinking fighter, I think, to be able to do that to Usyk. Usyk's special. He's a cruiserweight at the end of the day, beating up all these really good British heavyweight world champions. So it doesn't surprise me in terms of the result. And I don't know how long Usyk's got left, but we're very lucky to live in an era where he's top of the game. And I think for the sport as well, having him as a world champion, the way he carries himself, world heavyweight champion is the biggest prize in once upon a time in the whole of sport, let alone just boxing. That division's the lit division, and I think having him as a role model is great for boxing.
Oleksandr Usyk's been ordered to face Joseph Parker next. Do you see Joseph Parker being able to give any trouble to Oleksandr?
No, I think he'll last. He'll be durable enough, and he's got a decent boxing IQ where it might go to points. But I can't see anything other than an Usyk win, to be honest. I think Joseph's done well over the last few years, sort of a resurgence, but it's just Usyk's just a different level.
What were your thoughts on Turkey tweeting after the fight saying he wants to see Moses Itauma versus Usyk next?
Yeah, did he say next, or did he say he just wants to see it?
I can't remember if it was next, but I know he said he wants to see it.
Yeah, I think people are gonna. There's a lot of hype around Moses, and rightly so. He's a very, very special talent. Down the line, maybe if Usyk's still around, but I don't think I wouldn't want to see it next. It'd be interesting, but I don't think anyone's really gonna. I don't know. It seems too far apart. He's got his first big name coming up in terms of Dillian Whyte, Moses. So he needs to focus on that, get that done, and then who knows? Maybe down the line, and if he stays busy, then who knows? It's not out of the question.
For Daniel Dubois, a lot of criticism has come his way since the fight. Again, obviously, it's not the first time now, but a lot of people labelling him as a quitter and throwing those quit allegations at him. What are your thoughts on seeing comments like that fly around and directed at Daniel Dubois?
I think people say it; they don't mean it in sometimes the way they. In terms of the way they're like, oh, he's just a quitter. Like, obviously, to get in the ring takes immense amount of courage, let alone go through the career he's been through and stuff like that. You know, in the moment, he knows himself. It wasn't like exactly a soft knockdown, was it? I think it's a pretty heavy shot. I think most coaches would have thrown the towel in anyway after that, knowing who's in the other corner and the way things is. But with Daniel, he's always got a puncher's chance. So yeah, it's never nice to see those comments, and you don't know what's going on in Daniel's head. But I guess people see it as they're entitled to their opinion, and we know what we're getting into as boxers, and people are gonna say bad things about us all the time, whether you win or lose. So that's just part of the job.
Just two more from me. Another thing that we saw with Daniel, which has caused a lot of conversation on social media, is the party that he had before the fight. Listening to what Don Charles has been saying in various interviews, including us seconds out here, is that they did the same thing before the Anthony Joshua fight as well, and it worked. What are your thoughts on this whole pre-fight party that he was doing?
I think there's some sense in what they're trying to do in terms of they're trying to get Daniel up for it. Do I think a party is the answer to that? No. I can't imagine that ever being happening or being allowed for anyone in our gym. I can't imagine Shane allowing that and thinking that's okay to do. But yeah, I think it's a very strange concept. First I've ever heard of that. He obviously turned up pretty late as well, which seemed like a bit of an issue. So it's never ideal prep. Do I think I had anything on the fight? No. Personally, I don't think it was. I think the same result would have happened. I don't think Daniel even boxed badly because of that. You know, I think in terms of Daniel and his ability, I don't think he was massively below par. I just think Usyk's special.
And just lastly, it is your birthday next week. Have you got any nice ways to celebrate? Doing anything?
I have. I'm going to Oasis at Wembley, so it's nice of them to repay me that way after I walked out to whatever at Selhurst Park last year. Their song Whatever, and then they obviously saw that and got back together, so they've done me a little birthday bash. Yeah, very excited for that.
Well, enjoy that, Chris. Really appreciate your time, and we look forward to seeing you back in the ring soon.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks, Chris.
Cheers.
I went to see Oasis last week myself.
Did you?
Yeah.